This is the story of a heist that kept one of the world's top investigative agencies restless for 6 years. It wasn't just any theft. It was worth a staggering Rs 29,000 crore, $3.5 billion. How did a single phone call bring down the thief? How did he hide such a massive amount in a small Cheetos container? And most intriguingly, why did the rightful owners of the recovered money refuse to claim it? On September 13, 2019, a young man named Jimmy Jung made an emergency 911 call, one that would land him in serious trouble. Jimmy, a resident of Athens, Georgia, reported a burglary at his home. He told the police that a whopping $400,000 had been stolen. The sheer size of the stolen amount shocked the officers. Jimmy had a high-tech security system in his house, and even had CCTV footage of the intruder, who had covered his face. Jimmy Jung was a graduate of the University of Georgia, and was well known among his friends as a party boy. He spent money recklessly, sometimes burning through $500,000, Rs 125 crore, in a single party. When he visited bars, he bought free drinks for everyone. Many of his so-called friends stuck around only for his wealth and extravagant lifestyle. On one occasion, he even flew his friends to Los Angeles on a private jet just to watch his favorite football team play. Despite such reckless spending, no one knew where Jimmy was getting all this money from. When the police failed to track down the burglar, Jimmy hired a private detective named Martinelli. Given Jimmy's lavish lifestyle and social circle, Martinelli suspected that the thief was someone close to him. To investigate further, the detective started digging into Jimmy's private life, including his social media and bank transactions. Jimmy claimed to be a Bitcoin trader and crypto investor. Given Bitcoin's rising value over the years, people believed his story. However, Martinelli found it hard to believe that mere Bitcoin trading could fund Jimmy's extravagant expenses. Meanwhile, the Athens police had a history with Jimmy. Years earlier, he had been caught with cocaine, but since then, he maintained a friendly relationship with the officers. The police even used Jimmy's home security cameras to assist in other investigations. However, his 911 call had now brought him into the spotlight. During this time, the regional cybercrime unit got wind of the burglary at Jimmy's house and his claim of being a Bitcoin trader. This raised their suspicions. Where was Jimmy really getting so much money from? The cybercrime unit had been investigating the Silk Road crypto heist for the past 7 years, but had never found a solid lead. Silk Road was an online black market where illegal transactions, including drug and weapon sales, were conducted using Bitcoin. In 2012, the platform was hacked, and someone stole 51,680 Bitcoins from the site's traders. Since Silk Road was an illegal darknet platform, no one reported the theft. The following year, the FBI arrested Silk Road's owner, shut down the website, and seized 170,000 Bitcoins. However, the missing 51,680 Bitcoins remained unaccounted for. The FBI suspected that Silk Road's owner had hidden them elsewhere, but they had no proof. Bitcoin transactions are transparent. Anyone can see the movement of funds between accounts, but the identity of account holders remains hidden. The cybercrime unit suspected that Jimmy Jung had some connection to the missing Silk Road Bitcoins. Their next step was to find Jimmy's Bitcoin address. Now, the authorities needed to find the 51,680 Bitcoins. They arranged another meeting with Jimmy, but this time they had a search warrant. When Jimmy learned about the warrant, he turned pale. The officers meticulously searched his house, checking under floor tiles and behind walls. Finally, they found a Cheetos container with a small towel inside. Finding a towel in a snack container seemed odd, so they pulled it out. Beneath it, they discovered a tiny computer chip, a Bitcoin hardware wallet. When they accessed the wallet, they found all 51,680 missing Bitcoins, which were worth $3.5 billion in 2020. Jimmy had unknowingly led the police straight to the fortune. His mistake? Calling 911 over a mere $400,000 loss. During interrogation, Jimmy confessed that he initially used Silk Road to buy drugs. In 2012, while withdrawing his own Bitcoins from the platform, he discovered a loophole in the site's security. With his deep knowledge of blockchain technology, he exploited this loophole to withdraw other users' Bitcoins as well. When Silk Road's owner noticed the missing funds, he confronted Jimmy through a private message, asking how he had exploited the site. In exchange for revealing the security flaw, the owner forgave Jimmy's theft. Since Silk Road itself was illegal, the affected users never reported the theft. With the case finally solved, Jimmy Jung was sentenced in 2023 to 1 year and 1 day in prison for wire fraud, remarkably light for what was considered the biggest Bitcoin heist in U.S. history. The FBI then issued a notice inviting the original owners of the stolen Bitcoins to come forward and claim their funds. However, not a single person did. Why? Because stepping forward meant admitting they had used Silk Road, an illegal marketplace, effectively exposing themselves as criminals. And that's how one careless phone call cost Jimmy Jung billions.
Thank you for watching.